for the disruption. I don't know what's going on with Mercury retrograde, y'all. Anyways, we were trying to answer a very important question. To whoever was listening, the ending of your question with the twin flame situation is it real? Because everyone was saying that it's just a fabricated situation. Please go back to the previous video before this. And I had a whole lot to say. What, 10 minutes of information about that? Please don't miss that. It's at the end of the previous video. But getting into finishing what I was saying about the twin flames, there's 3 waves of people. And the first wave has been here longer. They've experienced union or teaching. They're learning, they're teaching, they're healing, they're doing their purpose. Not every twin flame situation is supposed to be together and in union. Sometimes a twin flame may pass away. Sometimes a twin flame may just teach you what you need to know and help you be loved and grow, and you have to go off on your journey. So the problem with the twin flame situation is people think it's a fairy tale. Somehow, I don't know who did it, but somehow, somewhere, someone spreaded rumors that twin flames ended up happily ever after together, as if they were fairy tales, and having a twin flame was a movie, and it was going to be some romantic adventure. No. And is there a deep, beautiful bond and connection? Oh, yeah. It is intense. Chemistry off the charts. Passionate like no other. Subconscious dreaming with your twin flame and connecting and speaking and changing and growing and healing with them. Oh yeah, deep connection. Telepathy, of course. Feeling what they're feeling, of course. Deep vibes. But remember, it's also seen in your astrology chart. So it's also seen. It's not just felt, it's seen. So again, go watch the previous video on how to find your twin flame in your astrology chart. If you missed the previous video, you're not going to know how to find them. Anyways, then there's the second wave of people that have been here for quite a while. They've gone through some trials and tribulations. They've learned lessons. They're pushing through. They're journeying. They're in the journey. They're in the thick of it. And they have grown so much. And they are preparing for union or even reunions, okay, based on what they're learning and growing and dealing with in their own chart. And then there's the first wavers. I already said the first wavers. My bad. I keep Mercury retrograde. I keep putting the first last. Hang in there. Then there's the third wavers. They are the ones that come in last. They're the ones that are recently here. And the third wavers are mostly people that are now just discovering their twin flames, or maybe haven't even discovered that they're a twin flame yet. A lot of these third wavers are children right now. They're still children at home. Or they're young adults. Age does have something to do with it. It's experience, and why does experience matter? Because of your astrology chart. Again, I have a scientific mind to how I look at this through career. I have an astrology rising in the career chart, so I scientifically look at twin flame energy through those kinds of lenses. But I also have a Pisces moon, so I'm looking at it fresh through watery eyes also, and emotions and intuitions. So I know it's to be true. There's no Bible set out there for twin flame energies. There's no manual you can read, but you will know. You will know based on your chart and your experiences. You will know based on your feelings with this twin, your deep connection. Do you guys experience physical symptoms with each other? It's not just a marital bond. It's a very strong twin flame bond. It's feeling heart issues when your twin is having a heart issue, or crying and feeling emotional when your twin is, even though you're far away from them. So there's a very deep connection there because your spirit has been bonded with them as a spiritual twin. So it is one soul, 2 bodies. Your soul in the ethers decided it would like to see itself, learn from itself, expand itself, conquer a level of itself. Your soul wanted to see itself through its own eyes. So your soul decided to be split this time in this incarnation into two bodies, even two different lifelines, times of birth, years of birth, etc. But it decided to see itself in a specific way, to learn and conquer karmas, but also to experience love, the deepest love of loving one's self. Forgiving oneself is also a twin flame lesson. So there's a few twin flame lessons: forgiving yourself, loving yourself, and loving someone else unconditionally. You're only going to understand those things really, truly at an epic level through a twin flame journey, because you see yourself in them. You understand them. You're empathetic, sympathetic, understanding, forgiving, and unconditional, because that's a part of you. And you see them as family, but it's soul family. So you see a lot of signs and synchronicities also. So you're going to want to look at things like 1111 as a numerological sign well known for twin flames. 1111 is the first number you will start to see as you are aware and awakening on the twin flame journey. So if you're seeing 1111, boom, doorway entered. You are on the path. Then you're going to start going through the other numbers. Each one different levels, different lessons. 22 is partnerships. 33 is growth and healing, forgiveness. 44 is going to be stability, certainty, financial matters. Building a foundation, being strong and certain and confident, masculine father energy. 5-5 is change and challenge, changing old habits, breaking those karmic cycles and lessons, challenging yourself, pushing yourself to the limit. Hello, Rocky Balboa. Push yourself to the limit. It's not how many times you fall down, it's how many times you get back up, right? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's kind of the 5-5. 6-6 is about harmony, balance, and abundance. That's what you're going to see on your journey. Money, focus on career, beauty. Oh yes, Venus, Venusian energy. So love, romance, sex, money, pleasures. That's when you're seeing a lot of 6s. 7s is going to be spiritual awareness. 7-7. You're speaking to your guides. You're getting very educated about your path, your walk, your powers, your abilities, your everything to do with the spiritual realm. You are awakening and you are paying attention and you're learning. You're learning spiritual things if you're seeing 7-7s. And you're alert and aware. So you're in tune with your spirit guides if you're seeing 7-7s. 8-8s is about empowerment, but also shadow work. So if you're seeing a lot of 8s, there's a lot of shadow work that you're doing, or you're on the path of shadow work at that time, and you're reflecting, and you're going within, and you're focusing on self. That's big, and it's, hopefully you conquer that shit. Think the strength card. If you're seeing 9-9s, you're completing, you're done, you're graduating. This is a success level. You're ready to level up. You are preparing to level up. So some of your hardest lessons in life, you're going to see a lot of 9s. This is like deaths, losses of very big extents, monumental changes, and you are not the same person you always were. So 9s are really important. And 10s, if you're seeing those, new beginnings, bountiful beginnings, fresh new starts, clear eyes, fresh eyes, being alert, awake, and aware, and just kind of getting a fresh start. Rejuvenation can be seen through 10-10, rejuvenating your health, rejuvenating your energy and vitality. Guys, I haven't started on the personal Q&As. I am still on the general Q&As. The last video got interrupted through stream, through some kind of Mercury retrograde fuckery, and I had to start this second video. So we've been on for 9.5 minutes. I don't have very many of you on here, but if you want to watch the ending of the previous video and get more information about what I just spoke about, please go watch. We had a lot of Q&As at the end of that video, so you're welcome to take a look at the last 30 minutes of that video. Okay, so anyways, I was asking Q&A questions. I lost pretty much everybody. Now I'm going to get back into the Q&As general. Okay, somebody asked another general Q&A. Let's see. Transformation Queen, hi, honey. Hadia, looks like you're waiting for a personal. That's not right now. Zelinda, 11 in the chat. Hey, there you are. You're pointing that out. That's right. Person Y. Hi, guys. All right. And Annie. Okay, can I please ask my question? No, we're not doing personals right now. We're still doing the general Q&A. Claudia, just in time for the live. Yay. That's right. Okay. A notification didn't come through. I'm sure it didn't. That's probably why I don't have very many people in this live. Usually I have way more by now. We're 10.5 minutes in now, and we've only got 12 people. You know, my last stream got interrupted. We had about 90 people in the live chat just previously that it got cut and it kept spinning. It was malfunctioning. So I started this live and they're not all back. So I don't know. All right, so person Y, why do twin flames come in and out of each other's lives? They come to trigger person Y. So when you have your twin, you will be triggered. Mostly when you first meet your twin, it's recognition phase. It's the honeymoon phase. It's, I finally found you. After so long, there's my heart. There's my heart. And you fall in love, and it's beautiful. And it's a deep connection. It's very restorative. And your heart is open, and your mind is open, and they pretty much act as the key to unlock your spiritual journey. So you meet your twin, they unlock your spiritual journey. That is the moment for twins that you start to go on the spiritual path. Sometimes they stick around, sometimes they don't. Sometimes on that journey after recognition and union, there's a trigger, and they are meant to target your inner issues because you yourself had a soul contract to target your inner issues. And so they trigger it. Whether if that's abandonment, insecurities, financials, whatever the situation is, you will be triggered. For a lot of people, it's abandonment. For a lot of people, it's I'm not good enough. I'm not wanted. I'm not chosen. So the twin flame will love you and leave you. All the while still keeping in contact and assuring you they still have feelings for you, but they're not committed to you. So they're keeping you near, but not close. That makes sense. And they're meant to be there in emergency situations, but to not support. And you're being taught to support yourself. You're being taught to stand on your own 2 feet. You're being taught that you are worthy. How are you learning those things? Through years, sometimes, of doing it by yourself, being strong, going and getting your dreams by yourself, not needing someone else to support you or assist you, but you're just independent and individual. So you're learning independence. And on that journey, as you separate, they will be learning feminine qualities. They'll be learning about feelings and emotions, childhood wounds, deep introspection. So it's kind of a trade-off with the twins. You trigger those feelings and emotions, patterns, cycles, and it gets dealt with. You are the one that helps them deal with their demons. They're the ones that help deal with yours. And in that pattern, you will sometimes have a reunion or a quick little reunion, you know, where it's a month or two, it's like back together, back in each other's communication, and then poof, another trigger, like a bomb. And then you're back off working on the next trigger situation, which could be financials, which could be, again, self-worth, self-love. If you haven't learned your lesson the first time, guarantee you, you're going to get triggered by your twin again and again and again and again and again and forever and always until you actually, I get it. I see that I have a codependency. I see that I have a fucking obsession or an issue with obsessing. I see that I have an issue with low self-worth. I see it. And so until you get that and learn from it and change, you can't go to the next level. So it is about leveling up. And it's hard to find balance because as you're trying to level up, they're trying to level up too. And damn, try to balance out 2 humans, 1 soul. Very difficult. And Spirit always gives you the Temperance card, which is I'm working on it. I'm working on it, and it's hard. I'm working on it and it's very difficult. You may be balanced, but they're not. And then there's another trigger. And then there's 2 other things to work on. So this takes time. So it takes time for you as a soul to get harmonized, to find that sweet spot. And it's going to go on and on until that happens. Some people, like I said, never come back into permanent union. Some people jump in and out of unions. Some people just don't get it. So it really just depends on where you are on your journey. There is, I believe, no guarantee for twin flames to get it. You either are, that's just your journey. But I have a lot of twin flames that are in union, that get it, that are awake and aware. And like I said, it's rare. How many twin flames are there in the world? Less than 11%. I would say close to 144,000 people on the globe are a twin flame. Are all of them watching YouTube? No. See? So everyone that thinks they're a twin flame on YouTube is wrong. There's not a lot of people. It's not something that everybody gets to have. Every reader can't have a twin flame. Every tarot channel can't talk about twin flames. Every person that's in a deep connection can't have twin flames. It's just not. And that's good. That's not their fucking journey. Hello, they're different. It's not better or worse than a soulmate. It's just a whole different journey. Okay? It's a whole different one. That's all. 2 in the same. 2 different loves, 2 different lives. Just like these hearts. Got soulmates and twin flames. They're both beautiful. One is different than the other, but they're both great. They're both full of lessons. So don't fight to be on this journey, because if you're not, you're not, and that's okay. But like I said, you can see it through astrology and confirm if you're on that path. The other one you asked, the question was, well, how do you know you're a soulmate? Soulmates are common. They are. It's like when you collect those little collector's toys and they give you a paper and they're like rare, ultra rare, common, you know, sporty common, whatever common. Like you see those little game, yeah, whatever, brochures. It's the same thing with twin flames and soulmates and stuff. Twin flames are an ultra rare. It doesn't make them more special. It just means there's not as many. And soulmates are common. So if you guys collect toys with your kids or whatever, you know, even Pokemon cards, baseball cards, you know the ultra rares and you know the commons. Yes, they have a value on it, which one's more valuable, but with toys, it really doesn't matter. One is not more valuable than the other. It's just more sought after for whatever reason. People tend to want to resonate with twin flame readings. I don't know why. There's a lot more work, actually, in a twin flame reading, in my opinion. When I do readings for twins and soulmates, it's difficult for me to do twins because there's a lot of work. There's a lot. Soulmates are easier. It's like people that want to go to college and get their ultimate PhD, which I think is the highest level of degree. Not everyone's going to go get their PhD. Fuck. Does everyone need a PhD? No. Elon Musk doesn't even have a college degree, and he's the richest man in the world. Not everyone needs a fucking PhD, but some people on their path, education for them is in their chart. It's important, and they go for the PhD. But not everybody needs to have the PhD. And it's the same thing with twin flames. Yes, they are masters of self, but not everybody's trying to be a master of self. Some people are just trying to be a master of love. Some people are just trying to be a master of family. Some people are just trying to be a master of forgiveness. They don't need to go through all that shit. There's nothing wrong with not being a twin flame, but don't, well, listen to people that are confused about it. And like I said, the people that are bashing twin flames or giving up on it or speaking about it like they know everything about it and specializing in it, and, you know, are they consistent? Have they been doing something for a period of years and that is their focus? They put time and energy and effort into it? Or do they just pick it up for a while, juggle it, and say, oh, this isn't working for me, toss it, that's not real. This is real, though. Those are the kind of people you can't trust because they jump on the bandwagon. You have to be consistent. Someone who knows about twin flames is consistent throughout their whole existence on YouTube with twin flames. That is their focus. That is their channel. That is their niche, whatever. That's what they do. Jeanette, we're not doing personals at this time. That video is another one. We're just getting those orders in. This is a general Q&A, and I announced that earlier. Okay, so if I have time here after some normal general Q&As as promised to the collective, I will get to the Q&As for the personals. But I've been on for 2 hours so far. I did the general collective previous video, which was a great watch. I hope you can go watch that. And then I did about 3 Q&As at the end of that video, and then my stream got interrupted by stupid Mercury retrograde fuckery. So I had to start this video in addition to the last video. I didn't end that video properly. I didn't close that video. It got interrupted. Jeanette J., you said if we had private questions to pay. Yes, and I also said private questions to be paid will be answered in the next following video, or if I have time after that video, which was interrupted. So because that video was circling and revolving and interrupted, it ended, and I didn't get to finish that. So this is an addition to that previous video. And I'm trying to finish that question that it got interrupted on. So I was literally just finishing the information of that question about twin flames from, I don't even remember who asked it, but I was answering their question for the general collective. So I hadn't even gotten to the other general collective Q&As. So I'm trying to finish those before I get into the personals. Oh, person Y, it was you that asked. Okay, so see, person Y asked a general, personal, collective question. Well, you know what I mean. I don't know if I'll be around for your next video. Oh, no. Okay, well, I'm going to try to hurry. Let's see. Courtney Morris, what are the physical signs when your intuition is at its peak? Okay. Jeanette, I will tell you this. I will put your name, Jeanette J, on a timestamp. They'll all be in blue in comments. So when I do the next video, if you've missed me, please put in the comments below this video what your question is, or it's probably in Cash App, and I'll read it. And I will answer your question even if you're not there. And you will be in order as paid, and it will be timestamped. Okay? So even if you miss it, that's okay. You will not be skipped. You won't be skipped. Okay? But let's go ahead and see what this other general collection was. What are the physical signs when your intuition is at its peak? I believe that the physical signs for one is going to be a pestering, knowing in your mind that you're different. That is the first sign. Not just I'm unique, I'm special, but I'm different. That you stand away and you stand apart from a grander collective of spiritual thinkers and feelers. That there's something about you that is off with what's going on with them. And mostly the most important sign is that you are more loving. There's something about twin flames that are here to conquer this loving situation. So you are a more loving person. And that's going to be one of the signs first that you are on this journey, that you are different. It's a physical sign, and it's a knowing that your intuition is high because you're noticing the separation between you and others. And there's this immediate knowing. This is weird. I don't see things the way people see them. I don't feel them the way people feel them. Also, your intuition is at its peak when you're around people and zapping into their bubbles, which is their auras and their Akashic records, which is inside their aura, like little bubbles of information. And so when you're close next to or speaking to someone, or you're tuning into someone, almost like a psychic, pretty much, yeah, it's actually like a psychic, you're going to be able to pick up on their energy. For everyone, it's usually subtle. It's just being an empath. You pick up on emotions, but it's deeper than that. When your intuition is on fleek, you're picking up on they're going through a relationship breakup. You're picking up on if they have a health problem. You're picking up on if someone just recently died. You're picking up on if they're a twin flame or not. You're picking up on if they're on the spiritual frequency with you or not. You're picking up on if they're a dangerous person or not. These are all vibes people feel, but when your intuition is very high, it's quick and informative. You get around people and it's an instant download, because when your intuition's on peak, you're downloading the Akashic records. So there's a physical sign that you are being downloaded with information just by being around people. And this is exhausting for you because you're going to be absorbing their energy, and you're going to have to do a lot of salt baths and a lot of saging and a lot of clearing, because you're going to become confused, worried, uncertain, and kind of an erratic vibrational mess, because you're picking up on so much static out there in other people's frequencies. So you're going to have to start focusing on cleansing your energy. The other thing with your intuition on peak and the physical signs of it is you can tell when something is bullshit or not. It's a red flag. It's a knowing. I'll tell you guys, I had a knowing, and I'm fucking experienced. You think I'd pay attention? But when my car was stolen, that night, I sat in the car and had a vision that I need to double lock the doors. But it was in the garage, and I didn't. But I had a vision, I had a feeling, and a knowing something's not right in the car that night. I had a feeling about checking on the garage, but my experience told me, no, the garage is fine. It's always fine. It's fine every night. Never had a problem in this neighborhood. Why are you worried? Why are you being ridiculous? It's stupid. It's fine. You double checked it already. It's fine. I didn't listen. And I know it's stupid and I regret that. And I've done this before, but I didn't fucking listen. Because you get cocky and you think you know. That's your ego. Your ego's like, we already know. We already know based on experience. Your intuition says, you don't know shit, Jack. You don't know shit. And whatever experience you had doesn't fucking matter. I'm telling you, based on future events that haven't happened, some shit's going down. And you need to listen. But it's a very quiet voice. But when your intuition's on fleek, it gives you emotional feelings, like you get stomach cramps, ulcers, upset stomach, physical symptoms of worry for premonitions. Also, physical symptoms are dreams, body sweats, emotional outbursts. There's a lot of those physical symptoms. Another physical symptom of your intuition being on point is sensing in yourself that you know without a shadow of a doubt what is to be true. And you don't need anybody else's confirmation for it to be true. So when you're a high priestess and your intuition is on point, you don't question. That is a physical sign. Someone could tell you, oh, you're not this, you're not that. Someone could do a whole reading on you and you're like, that's all cat shit, horse shit, bullshit. Your whole reading was bullshit. You're not in tune and in frequency with the higher self. You know when someone's bullshitting you. Period. Your intuition's like, that's bullshit. And you're like, yep, I know. That's another symptom of just knowing. It's just a knowing. People say, how do you know that? I don't fucking have to tell you how I know that, but I know that. So anyways, those are some symptoms of being really in your high intuition, knowing when they're right. Also being attracted to certain things, like going a certain way home from work to prevent an accident, maybe being attracted to certain crystals that are going to help in your energy healing, maybe being attracted to certain teachers and gurus. But again, your intuition falls aligned with your birth chart. So there are certain times in your life where you're going to get a new teacher or guru, or learn a new class, or come into a relationship, or get a new car, have a baby. You know, all those things are seen in your chart astrologically. That's why I have so much value scientifically on your soul contract, which is your birth chart. I've been the only one promoting that for years. But it's funny how, whatever, I start saying that your birth chart is your soul contract, and now other people are taking that. That's okay. They can take it. I didn't patent the word. It is what it is. But I've been saying that for years. And funny how now everyone's just kind of getting on the band with that. Just now hopping on the bandwagon. Because for the longest time when I started watching tarot on YouTube, nobody knew shit about a soul contract. It's like, you have a soul contract. Where'd you get that from? Where is a soul contract? I don't know. It's just something we say because we're spiritual and we're on YouTube and we have a channel and we talk to people and other psychics say it. We all have these soul contracts. Even mediums, famous on TLC and YouTube, will talk about soul contracts. And you're like, where is it? Where's the document? Well, it's not a document. It's a spiritual document. No, bitch. I did the research. I did the research. I connected the fucking dots. I did. And it only makes sense that your birth chart is your soul contract, because it is an agreement between soul and body, between spirit, source, and yourself, to be birthed into this world in the physical at a specific time, date, and place, with your birth certificate and document agreeing this is the time you were meant to be here, and the planets assign your lessons. And you've been in agreement with it because you were a soul that incarnated into this body, because you vibrated with whatever karma was in this body. You vibrated with it, and you were drawn to it, and you agreed on that incarnation. So, yes, everything that's in your birth chart, makeups, breakups, love, children, wealth, health, poverty, whatever may be in there, is your higher knowing. So that's what I feel. Courtney Morris, I feel like intuitively you are the soul teacher meant for me. You've been the most accurate. Thank you, Courtney. It is also seen in the chart that you will find your teachers and gurus at a specific age through a specific way. And your teachers will be seen in your 9th chart. I'm sorry. The fuck am I talking about? It's Mercury retrograde. The 9th house, Jesus. The 9th house, the sign of Sagittarius or Leo, okay? Because that's about being on stage. And listening to someone with a podium with a microphone. However, some teachers are very subtle. Some teachers may be in the form of mother. And your teacher may be your mother. And that would be in the form of the moon. And the 4th house. Let's just say somebody said, okay, my teacher in this universe is my mom. You would probably have Sagittarius in the 4th house or Cancer in the 9th. If somebody is going to have a teacher that is like Sadhguru, or someone on YouTube with a loud following, or someone on TV that reaches many, many people, that's popular or famous, you would see Leo or Sagittarius in the 9th house, or the 10th, or the 1st. Now, Sagittarius is a prominent zodiac sign for teachers and gurus, enlighteners, the spiritual leaders. And the 9th house is the final house, the moksha house. 1st, 5th, and 9th are the moksha houses, which is the enlightenment houses. The triangle, just think of the triangle. Those are the enlightenment. So the Leo, the Sag, and the Aries. Isn't that ironic? 1st, 5th, 9th. All fire elements. Aries can even be seen as a teacher in many ways. Aries is more of an inspirational teacher. Those people that start with motivational videos. Get up every morning. Make your bed. You know, those military coaches. What's another Aries teacher? Tony Robbins. Okay. That other guy who cusses all the time about making money. He's short. He's rude. I can't think of his name. He's like, I don't give a fuck. That guy. Anyways, there's a lot of other people that would fall under Aries, but Aries is more combative and intrusive and bossy teaching. So if you have a teacher, you're going to have some kind of an alignment with an Aries in the 1st, 5th, or 9th, or something like Aries in the 9th. Okay, but it's combative. It's uncomfortable. Okay, if your teacher is an Aries energy, it's uncomfortable. But fire is the light. Sorry. It's the light and the dark. So when you're thinking about elements in the zodiacs, what are the best fucking teachers? Fire, honey. Fire. Fire, bitch. Hell yeah. Now, water is great teachers as well, but they're more nurturing and mothering and soft. They're soft. And they're not inspirational, and they're not seen and heard by many. It's quiet, it's subtle, it's maybe a monk on a high mountaintop somewhere that nobody knows. So if you have a watery teacher, that person is going to be subtle, quiet, unknown. You met this person someplace, somewhere, on a journey somewhere that nobody knows of. Other teachers of fire, bitch. Everyone knows them. So that's what's going on. Stephanie Glass, Sagittarius is in the 9th here, and Aries in the 1st, of course, and Cancer in the 4th, of course, because you're Aries rising. You're an Aries ascendant. And Stephanie Glass, who are you drawn to as teachers? Hello, Sagittarius. That is someone who's spiritual. Someone like Sadhguru, someone like just very spiritual life, someone that sacrifices, and someone that is like, I'm old, I'm wise, I'm experienced. You tend to listen to more older, wiser teachers, or people that are extremely intelligent with theology and ancestry and history, and people that seem to just have a wealth of information from a great many places. So you're probably, a lot of your teachers are going to be seen in books from other countries, other places. A lot of your teachers are going to be on camera, on video, hello YouTube, but also TV, Gaia, big conferences. You're going to be led to those kind of teachers. You're going to be led to groups and travel. You're probably going to want to go to India, go to France, go to these spiritual places, because you're going to find your teacher far away or from a faraway place. And sometimes, Stephanie Glass, your teacher will be a different ethnicity than you. So if you're fair-skinned, they're going to be dark-skinned. Hello. If you're from this place, they're going to be from another place. That's Saggy energy. So it's kind of like you grow up and maybe you were a Protestant or a Catholic or whatever, and then your teacher ends up being a monk or a guru of some other culture, or you're going to be fascinated with the Eastern culture, something far away from you. So you're going to be naturally attracted to something very separate than how you grew up. Maybe even Buddhism. All that's, depends on how you grew up and what you're going to do different. That is what you're attracted to, Stephanie Glass. I don't know where we got off on a tangent with that, but we did. Erica, you love Gaia. Yeah, I love Gaia TV. I have a little membership with them, guys. Transformation Queen, Jupiter's in the 9th house, and Sagittarius is there, as well as my Jupiter in Libra. Ooh, girl. Hey, Karen, honey. Courtney, hi there. You haven't felt like that in a long time. First time here, Erica D1111. Welcome, sweetheart. This is a Q&A. It's kind of weird. Welcome. I have a lot of other channels with a lot of other readings with a lot more tarot, but this is a Q&A. General, so feel free to ask. I'm not going to do personal right this second. I will later, but this is for general collective questions. People that need answers on the journey. General, that kind of helps everyone. Hey, Karen. If you guys want to know, if you're curious about my teaching career-wise, well, I guess if you want to judge someone's intelligence and their morals and what they believe in and what kind of a teacher they would probably be, I'll tell you my credentials here. I have a Mercury in Gemini. It's fucked with by other planets. I don't even want to go there, but I have a fucked up Mercury, but whatever. I specialize in relationships because my Mercury is in my 7th house. So my intelligence is highly based in Gemini with facts, but also relationships and friendships and connections and people. My moon is in Pisces. Okay, this is all Vedic sidereal. So my moon is highly spiritual. My thoughts, my feelings are very deep. I understand things spiritually with ease. I dive deep. I talk too much. It's because I feel too much. Tend to be a loner. I don't like a lot of people. I don't like groups. I don't like being public. I don't like being seen. My first house, which is my face, my head, me representing myself to the world, has Ketu. It's Ketu in Sagittarius. So my rising, the kind of teacher I am is a spiritual teacher, but I've probably got a bad mouth because if you guys don't know anything about Ketu, watch KRS, the Ketu movie. Ketu, by the way. And so I'm mysterious, but I'm also contradictory because I'm not the typical spiritual master. I'm more of the, in his movie, he had a prison inmate that was actually a spiritual guide and teacher. Not that I've been in prison, but it's the controversy of having Ketu there in my first, which means I will probably cuss more. I will probably dress different. I will probably be contradictive to your typical, atypical guru or teacher. I'm not the typical. I'm different. I'm not going to fit into a niche or a niche and be the yoga master, the chi master, wearing yoga pants and having a bunch of jewelry and necklaces and long hair. And that's me to an extent, but not really. I'm very much an individual, and I have a lot of life experience, which is why Ketu's in the first. I've dealt with much loss, which is why I have Rahu in the seventh, great information to give because of my experiences. Also, if you research Ketu in the first, it's a very spiritual person, extremely spiritual person, very meditative, actually. And when it's in one of the moksha signs, Aries, Leo, or Sag, highly noted. I happen to have Sag in the first. So Sagittarius is obviously highly welcomed in the first house with Ketu because Ketu co-rules Sag. So he's not so harsh on me. He's a pain in the ass, but he ain't all that. But the funny thing about Ketu in the first for me as a teacher is I don't like to be seen. And I know this is my personal preference, and I'm not just not seen on my channel because I know that about myself. It's just what I prefer. But it's funny because I prefer that, but it's in my chart. Ketu is cutting off of the head. Funny how on my head, the first house represents your head, by the way, if you've studied astrology in houses, it's your head. And my head is cut off for my videos, which is totally Ketu and Sag. I will teach you, but you will not see me. I am smoke. I am a mystery. I am a spiritual being behind the camera, which you do not know, which is totally fucking Ketu. Anyways, that's me, guys. I show myself every now and then. I've been questioned, do you want to be on camera? Like, do you want to be on TV? Do you want to do these big meetings with people? And I'm fucking shy, guys. I don't really feel comfortable with that. I don't like to be seen or looked at. I don't know, it's just weird. Don't look at me. And I've just, whatever. I don't like that. I don't like that, you know? I'm on my channel, but I don't like eyes on me, man. I feel very violated. It's weird. But it's a Pisces Sagittarius thing. Anyways, being the fact that I'm a Sagittarius, darker skin also, which first house represents how you look. So any fire sign would have a tanner complexion. Hello. Yes, I am tan. I am brown. I am a nice toasty brown, an almond, a nice shade of cinnamon. Anyways, yes, I'm obviously more tan all over and happy with that, but I'm well seasoned. Okay, so Sag in the first, you know, as a teacher, that's how I represent. But it's also, I'm inspired by foreign teachers. And it's the Saggy, the ninth house, foreign travel. So I am interested in all studies of the East. I'm interested in Celtic studies, pagan studies. I'm interested in all mysteries of the occult. I am interested in learning about everything I can devour and suck inside of me that is not accepted by normal people. Why? Because I'm not normal. I know that. But also because I'm aware of that. And I know there's more. I've always felt and known, and there is. There's just fucking more, period. I know this. I'd be an idiot to not think that. And people just don't dive into that shit. I have been researching secret information since I was young. Since I was a little kid, interested in magic, which is weird because what 4-year-old is like, I want to make potions. I want to do magic. But I did. I was little and I wanted to make potions and I wanted to do magic and I wanted to cast spells. I didn't even know what that shit was. My mom didn't teach me. My dad didn't teach me. No one fucking taught me. My grandparents didn't teach me. And on top of that, I went to Catholic school, which is the opposite. It's evil. But, you know, you're born and you are who you are. But anyways, my 9th house, and I talked about Leo. If I'm your teacher, you attracted a Leo. You do know that. If I am your teacher, you not only attracted the fire energy as your teacher, Aries, Leo, Sag, but you attracted a Leo, which is kind of a cocky bitch. Sorry. Someone that is on stage or on camera, even though I don't show my face, someone that you can watch on a stage or a platform. You attracted that. So if you're watching this here, look in your chart, 5th or 9th house especially. Look at those charts, see if there's a fire element in there, see if there's a Leo element in there, okay? Because you probably attracted that. But anyways, I have a Leo in the 9th. And my Venus is in Leo. So I find beauty in teaching. And I want to make it fun and exciting and entertaining. And I'm probably quite the character for you guys at times. I'm probably never boring. Okay, so the way I teach is more hands-on. And I just feel very much like I love and cherish and have relationships with my students or with my viewers. I have a relationship with you. That's why my Venus is there. So I tend to make relationships with people that are learning from me. I don't know why. Not like love relationships, just I tend to attach to you, or maybe you attach to me in some way, because that's my chart. And last but not least, the Jupiter in your chart represents, like I said, your morals, your beliefs, but your wisdom. Most likely the wisdom you learn from your father, but also the wisdom that you hold high and cherish. For women, it also represents your husband or father of children. But besides that, it's your wisdom. Where do you have a plethora, a wealth, a substantial heavy amount of wisdom? And so you're going to want to look at your Jupiter. So look at that in your charts. See where you have the bulk of your wisdom. What house, what sign? My house happens to be the 12th, which is all things spiritual, right? Pisces is spiritual energy, psychic, intuitive, death, rebirth, letting things go, intuition, psychic abilities, everything that's just not accepted and normal. It's also about isolation, meditation, manifestation. But a lot of it's death, okay? A lot of it's death. And I do have a bulk of wisdom with death, okay? So that's just ironic. But also, the zodiac sign for me that's there on the 12th with Jupiter is Scorpio. So the bulk and the weight of my wisdom lies into the esoteric, the occult, all things secret, hidden, rejected, pushed down in the dark. Yeah. And that's where I have dove deep. So Pisces and Scorpio energy in the 12th with my Jupiter, I am a deep diver. So I find secrets, reveal them to you. Anyways, that's my criteria there. About to get interrupted here. Yes.
With the South Korea, it can go on his hand.
Wow, that is so
like
cool.
a little new toy for it to go on his hand.
I really like it. Can I show my people? Is he fishing?
Yes.
Oh, he's fishing. He made his Minecraft little guy go fishing.
It came with a boat.
33 people, 13 likes. Yay.
You didn't know how I made the fishing pole.
Oh, how did you make the fishing pole?
I used some clay and it got held down and became a toy.
You are brilliant.
There's the Minecraft boat.
I love it.
He can go on.
Well, he's going to have all the fun. Okay. I love you. I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
All right, enough about me, guys. I just wanted to share that, and maybe you can reflect on your own chart. But if you picked me as a teacher, those are some elements you were looking for. So your teacher elements for me being one of your most important teachers in life, as on your chart, would be Scorpio, Sagittarius, or Leo. If you have prominent placements with those signs in your 5th or 9th, okay, or if you have Jupiter in one of those placements, then I would be your guru. I would be part of your teaching experience on this planet, and you would have called me in. And whenever Jupiter transited in your chart into that house, or that energy of those planet placements transited into those energies, boom, you would have met me. You would have found me. That would have been the transition. My gurus and teachers, because I have a Jupiter in Scorpio in the 12th house, is prominent for me finding my teacher. But also look at your 9th. Like I said, your 9th house will show your teachers. Mine is Leo in Sagittarius in the 9th. And guess who all my teachers have been? Kapil Raj from India. Hello, long distance travel, teaching me Eastern astrology. Jyotish. I have fallen in love with that culture and that teaching for years. He's my teacher. Hello, dark skin as well, like me, you know what I'm saying? But it's a different culture. I'm Hispanic, he's not, it's different. But anyways, that's my guru. See how I got drawn? Also Sadhguru, hello, another Eastern, far off from my land, teacher. Both of those teachers are what? Well known. Both of them are on camera. Both of them are good looking, I think. Both of them are wise. Pisces, right? That 12th house, they're wise and they're intuitive. Spiritual teachers, 9th and 12th house. But mostly what I want to say is well known because of my Leo and the Sag, so they're well known. Famous. Even Muji, more dark skin, Saggy energy, you know, 9th house. Leo, he's well known, he's on camera. So all of my mentors and teachers have been seen. That is the 9th house. What is seen? What does your guru look like? What does your teacher look like? What is their personality? And how do you learn from them? 9th house. Where do you get your information? Where do you get your wisdom? Like books, things like that. It's seen where your Jupiter is. Is your Jupiter in Leo? You get your wisdom from things on TV, from publicized things. For me, it's Pisces. Where'd I get my energy? Scorpio. Scorpio, 12th house, not Pisces. So my Jupiter's there saying, we're going to get information off of secret books, hidden books, secrets, occultic wisdom, maybe hearsay from other people, maybe passed on relatives, banned books, banned programs, banned things, secret societies. That's where I'm going to get my information. Secret stuff. So that's where I get the bulk of my wisdom. But where do you get the bulk of yours? Is it Jupiter in the 4th house, Jupiter in Cancer? You get your bulk of your information from your mother. Taurus, you get the bulk of your information from financial advisors or dietitians, food experts, health people, I guess. I don't know. I'm done with that. It's been too long. 53 minutes, Jesus, and I've only answered a couple questions. Does anybody else have a collective question that you would like me to answer for you? Does Nityam love a girl other than me? Oh, that's a nice name. Honey, I'm not doing the personals yet. I'm doing general collective. Kim Mars, hi Steph, I totally get you. Scorpio, Sagittarius, Moon, and Leo. Haha, you do get me, girl. North Node and Aries. Bomb. Soul sisters right there. Transformation Queen, Steph, my Ketu's in the 7th. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yeah, I struggle in relationships, all relationships. Yeah, Ketu's in the 7th because it's cutting off your relationships, girl. Cut, cut, cut. Divorces, separations, even death. That's a heavy loss. When Ketu's in the 7th, yeah. And you're learning a lot about yourself because Rahu's in the 1st. So you're learning so much about yourself through the losses in your loves and relationships. It's just taught you to reflect and go within. Once you master that, maybe over the age of 36, maybe the next round, which could be 52, you'll be able to get a late in life relationship, you know? But it's like even if you get into relationships, they may not last. And that's something you've been struggling with. So embrace that, honor that, enjoy that, make the most of what you have. If I had it vice versa in there, Even if it's just a short-term relationship, I would make the most of it. I would be the most sexual vixen you ever met. I would be romantic and passionate. I would travel. I would have fun because I would know it's not going to last. Maybe they're going to die. Maybe they're going to move. Maybe they're going to leave. I don't know, but I would make the most of it. Make the most of your situations, and it would teach you to not be clingy in relationships. You have the South Node, Ketu, in your 7th. It's teaching you to let go of them and not hang on to them, but to embrace them and enjoy them and love them and let them go. And I think when you learn that and you're good with it, later in life, the one will come to you because they're not meant to just steal and take. They're meant to pull away and learn and give. Rahu wants to give you one. Just like Rahu in the 7th, vice versa, TQ, is problematic relationships. I mean, either North Node or South Node in the 1-7 is both difficult. Rahu in the 7th still gave me loss and separations, abnormal relationships, relationships thousands of miles apart, relationships with dramatic third-party situations, good-looking partners but cheaters, a lot of people involved, you know. Rahu in the 7th is like too many intruders, too many people involved. How does one recognize their twin flame or DM? Good question, Erica D. 1111. How does one recognize? First of all, I want to tell you this. When you meet a soulmate, it's lightning. It's like past life lover. I feel you. I've known you. I've experienced you. And you have this electric charge. When you meet your soulmate, you're like, oh, something's different about this person right off the bat. With the twin flame, it's a lot alike that, but here's the difference in my experience. The difference is it's not this electric, like this weird, exciting vibration. It's chill. When you meet your twin flame, it's very chill. You feel very like yourself and like you can be yourself around them. In fact, you feel like you can be your best version of your best self with them. They instantly give you the feeling of, I'm complete. This is what life is. This is what love is. This is what relationship is. They give you that feeling because all of a sudden, the missing piece to your puzzle comes in. And now you fit. And so there's this instant, I know myself. This is comfort. There's an instant comfort. But it's also that knowing where you look into their eyes and you see yourself. If I were a boy, right? Or if I were a girl, you know, you see yourself. You're like, oh my gosh, there's so much of me in them. There's so much of my family in them. You almost see your father. You almost see your mother. You see your brothers, your sisters. You see yourself. You see your children. You just see them in their eyes. And there's this all-knowing. Because that's you. That's a reflection of you. So everything you have and have experienced, all the people in your life, you can see them in that person because that's your other part of your soul. So there's an instant soul recognition, number one. And you'll know, you don't, like there's no signal that has a flag, hey, this is a twin flame. I mean, you don't know. But later as you go on a little bit, you'll also notice triggers. And they're showing you things that without saying you want to be better at. You want to be better at being this person. You want to be better at career. You want to be better at this, or you want to be a better mom, a better dad, a better person. You want to be better at these things. And it's like this instant, I have to work on myself. So it's weird because at the same time you feel comfortable, you also feel, I have to work on myself. So you get this instant work on myself situation. And you honestly are gassed up and have energy to go after things. So you've got a very high energy around them. You're not very sleepy. You're very awake. You're more awake with that person than ever. It's like you're on alert. And as you go on, you're going to recognize that you will have physical body situations that you're going to feel when they experience them as well, and vice versa. If someone has a chest pain, the other person has a chest pain. If someone has a headache, the other person has a headache. If someone's crying and emotional, you're suddenly crying and emotional. There is this tie, just like genetic twins, but this is spiritual twins. And so there's this tie, and it's like you're mimicking. Also, one very telltale sign with the twin flame journey and acknowledging them is your life has been very eerily similar. If you lost a father, they lost a father. If they lost a mother, you have troubled relationship with a mother, or you lost your mother. If they went to school at this particular high school or situation, you went to an alike high school, very much alike it, similar traits, similar characters, similar mascots, similar looks, similar just all kinds of things. Or you went to the same. You went to the same high school, different times, maybe different years, gaps, but maybe you worked at a place where they've traveled or been, you didn't know it. But when you backtrack your life, you're going to go, oh my God, I crossed paths with them here. I crossed paths with them here when I was a kid. I crossed paths with them at this school. Our lives are eerily similar. I had this relationship that didn't work out. They also had the same. I went to another relationship. They also went through another relationship and had the same. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but there's a lot of similarities. Makeups, breakups, deaths and losses, growth and rebirth, body transformations. Maybe there was a time where you were very underweight or overweight. They were very underweight or overweight. You see, there's these symbols of synchronicity. And so when you're with the twin, there's a lot of syncs. Also, you might find your name mirrors their name. Like, let's just say Frankie and Francesca. Or Stephen and Stephanie. Or Mark and Mary. I don't know, just similarities. Maybe you'll find out, even if that's not your name that doesn't match, your mom almost named you a name similar. And she grew up telling you, I almost named you that name, but I didn't. It was like your mom didn't trust her intuition to name you that. So that's kind of weird. So you'll see these different syncs. Anyway, there's a lot of them. If you want to learn more about twin flames, please go to my channel under video playlists and go under twin flames. I've got several very long readings where I spent extensive hours talking about medical histories, spiritual histories, recognitions, love languages, triggers, waves, everything. I mean, you can just spend a whole week watching twin flame videos and learning what I feel about them in my playlist. So if you want to learn more, go ahead. Okay? Yeah, see, Erica, you're on the right link. 1111 is also a trigger. Let's see. Marcy, you say that people who say they're in a twin flame relationship who don't know they are twin flames are not real twins. Me and my twin didn't know we were twins after psychics told me we were. Marcy, there's a couple problems with that statement already. One, psychics can't tell you if you're a twin flame or not. I mean, they could, but you need to know it. It can't be, I didn't know till we were told. Your intuition has to fucking Richter scale that off the charts. You have to walk and find that journey on your own through books, through YouTube channels, through titles, through all kinds of different synchronicities. You have to be drawn there. You can't just go up to someone, am I a twin flame or not? And they tell you. That's not how it works. You kind of have to stumble upon the path and then everything makes sense. It's kind of like discovering a murder mystery. And then it's like, oh, that's the murderer. It all makes sense. All the places they were, all the things they did, all this, I get it now. That's them. I see what happened. I think people get soulmate and twin flames mixed up. Can you clear up the difference? Yes. Let's clear up that difference. Like I said before, soulmates are way more common. They're absolutely common. Everyone's got a soulmate. Your dog has a soulmate. The people with medical issues and wheelchairs have soulmates. You have soulmates. You might even have 3 or 4 soulmates. A lot of everyone has soulmates. Your cat has a soulmate, could be a soulmate. Soulmates derives from soul friendships, kinships, connections, a mate. Someone that you've been with before, known before. Maybe someone you've been married to before, been friends with before, loved before, been in a soul family. So we've all had multiple lives. It's natural to come here on this earth and have soulmates, people that we've known before. That's great. We can have many. Your mom could be a soulmate. Your pet could be a soulmate. Your kid's father, kid's mother could be a soulmate. And then the next kid's father, kid's mother could be a soulmate, or the future husband, wife could be a soulmate. So there is many. But I think a lot of your question also leads me to the next one, right? Which is what you really want to know. How do you know you're in a divine soulmate connection? That's really what you wanted to ask him. I want to know how someone is a divine masculine soulmate or a divine feminine soulmate. Well, in order to answer that, I first have to say another cliche that's been tossed around is the word divine. I wish you could see my face right now. I need a drink. The attitude that I have with the people that abuse the word divine makes me vomit. First of all, whoever's watching, can you please Google search divine? Put it in the definition in the comments. People need to read divine. Please. Just start with that. What is the definition of divine? Okay? It has nothing to do with being a toxic, horrible, abusive psychopath. Okay? Divine is really spiritual. Divine is exquisite. Divine is very set apart from any normalcy. So here's where I come into problems with other teachers, preachers, tarot readers. Your DM did this. Your DF is on this. Your DM is out getting STDs, fucking every Tom, Dick, and Harry, playing around, playing the field, being a dick, dealing with guns, shooting up fucking cars, being a ghetto trash, uneducated, broke, poor, distraught, in poverty, toxic, abusive, punches your kids, kills your cat. Really? Let's just stop right there. If you are listening to any tarot readers that are divine, they're not even speaking about divine. They're speaking about ghetto trash, number one. Number two, they're speaking about karmic, toxic energy. And those people are deep in karmic relationships, deep in karmicville, deep in the world, low vibe, devil card vibes, devil card, honey. They are low vibe, they're in the world, and they are of it. Being divine is in the world, but not of it. In the world, posing human, but spiritually a king or a queen. Higher level thinking, educated, experienced, poise, beautiful, handsome, inside and out, gentle, caring, apologetic. If they make a mistake, they own it. They don't continue to bash and hurt. They own it. Can people in a divine relationship be caught in a vortex of negativity and continue to do certain things? Yes. Are they toxic people? No. That is a different story, and people misconstrued those events. I'm just going to describe this, and so you can make sense of it. Can a decent human being get caught up in a trafficking ring or prostitution? Yes. They could have been kidnapped. They could have been threatened. They could have been abused as a child. And they're going through this karmic situation in which they need to get out. And everything in their body is telling them to sneak away, to find a way to get out. That means they're awake. They may be in a toxic situation, but they're awake. They know it's wrong. They may be crying for what they're going through. See, that's what sets apart their situation as a divine person in spiritually versus someone who's in the game because they want to be, because they like being nasty, because they want to be a freak, because they want to be abused, because they like that shit, because they're on drugs and they want to be stuck on drugs. Those are not divine. But you see the difference where someone could get caught up in a negative vortex where others are attracting that vortex. It's different. Now, I just use that as an example of the lowest of the low to show you that you can be in low vibes, but be divine. But there's a reason on how you react to it. So, example, if your masculine is in a karmic relationship, which is common, you have a divine masculine soulmate, which is a majority of my readings. And they are in a karmic situation, third party, and they are seeing you on the side. How do you see the difference? How are they trash, karmic trash, or how are they divine? A, do they show remorse, tears, sadness, apologies, or guilt? Do they have feelings about what they're doing? Do they constantly say, I shouldn't be doing this. I wish I wasn't doing this. I'm sorry I'm doing this. You deserve better. You don't deserve this. You can have more. Those are signs of a divine masculine in a karmic third-party karmic situationship. They have feelings and guilt because of it. They have remorse. It comes in, it's like, I shouldn't be doing this. Okay, versus someone who's not in that vibration at all. They are third partying. They love it. They treat you disrespectfully. They do disrespectful things to you sexually and emotionally. They are unapologetic. They show no remorse. They are continuing to spiral in toxicity. That is not your divine. And this is where readers get all confused. They start talking about ghetto karmic trash as divine when it's not. And they misconstrued that with people that are really divine on the inside and working through karma and growing and healing. So it's very different. So when you're watching channels like that, please have your intuition up. Also, what are the kind of people watching that channel? Are they severely screwed up people? Are they negative? Are they low vibe? Are they toxic? And you know what that means in your book. Are they commenting toxic, low vibe, negative, karmic crap in the comments? Are they haughty, cocky, arrogant, and full of ego? Are they bitter? Then you know you're in a room with a reader who's not divine and a collective who's not divine, which means the reader is karmic and the viewers are karmic and the reading is karmic, or they wouldn't be there watching it. So you have to look at those scenarios. You have to let your intuition tell you this is not where I'm at. Erica D, 1111, this is why solar plexus area feels off around husband. I get headaches. Well, it's probably because you or your husband maybe has a screwed up solar plexus. Confidence, health, vitality, self-love, empowerment, pride. That may be out the window for one of you or both of you. Tammy Robinson, yes, 111%. Okay. Now, on the same forum, can I say, can divine readers cuss? Yes. Can we go off? Can we get ghetto trash sometimes? Can we get involved? Yes. I notice that about myself, especially when I channel karmic readings. So I start to get this vibe of low vibe, and I get that whenever I do channel a karmic in a karmic reading, or someone who's involved with a heavy karmic. Like, I'm like, ugh, I just feel it and I feel dirty. Like I need to go shower because I'm just covered in caca, okay? I need to get out of it. But, you know, divine readers can pick up on that. And divine readers are not all, love and light and peace and blessings be unto you, peace be with you. It's not all like that. Not all readers are in that vibe. And if they're not in that vibe, it doesn't mean that they're not a healer, a teacher, or divine. It doesn't mean that at all. We are human, and balance is crucial. And 9 times out of 10, you'll see someone ultra negative or ultra light. And both of them have fucked up readings. Excuse my French, but they do. They have fucked up readings, fucked up collectives. Their readings don't match with the flow, and you'll see that they're struggling on keeping a storyline because it's the same story over and over, and it's repetitive, and it's vomit. It's just constant because they have no flow, because they have no good chi, no balance, because the love and lighters don't have any dark shadow side, period. They're not working with it. They're just trying to be positive all the time, happy all the time, spiritual and healed all the time. They never want to be wounded. They never want to get hurt. They never want to go to the dark. They never want to deal with shadows. They never want to deal with emotions like hurt, pain, anger, resentfulness. They don't want to deal with that because that's not love and light. So they reject it. So they're very unbalanced. And vice versa for the people in negative, low light. Darkness. They don't want to deal with love and light because they're too into their low vibe. They don't want to deal with forgiveness. They're too bitter. They don't want to deal with love and light because that would mean something's greater than them. And they're angry with that energy. So you see the imbalance. And I have to speak also because I'm open-minded, but I have seen a lot of Christians, specifically Christians, not Muslims, not Protestants, not Catholics, not any other religions, but Christians. Somehow tarot has attracted a group of Christians. And the problem with tarot and Christians is you have not fully released biblically what the laws are, which is man-made. And the universe does not abide by laws. And the problem with Christianity is you are lower and less than spirit, God, source. And you must bow down and sacrifice and be humble. And you must release all earthly desires. So, abundance and wealth, you can pray for it. And if you're worthy, again, the worthy, he'll give it to you. If you have sacrificed enough, if you have come to the altar and asked for ultimate forgiveness, if you are free of sin from this point forward, you will be blessed. Now, what is the problem with Christianity and tarot? Christians are not being celibate. They're not having sex. They are. And these people that come on are having non-marital sex. But they still want to follow Christian values. They also want to believe in spiritual things like the Holy Spirit, healing, manifestation. But the church doesn't believe that. Now, the church also believes that you should not believe in astrology, and you should not believe in psychics. Any future tellers, you should not ask the future. You should not ask the seers of astrology, what's to come, when's to come, predictions. That's against the Bible. So I'm open-minded, but I have this weirdness when I see Christians come in and speak about Christian things, because they're half and half. And this is what Christians call lukewarm Christians. You're not a divine Christian. You're a lukewarm Christian. You are lukewarm into forgiveness of the Lord. You are lukewarm into following the Bible and its rules and regulations. You are lukewarm into having a relationship with Christ. That's what a pastor would tell you. Don't be a lukewarm Christian. Shun the world. Cast that away. Cast away worldly concerns, which is all materialism. Cast away sex, drugs, alcohol, things like that. Cast it away. I'm seeing more and more Christians be lukewarm Christians and tap into tarot. And they're like, they're giving prayers. They're connecting with Jesus. And now Jesus is open. He's like, yeah, I'll love Christians and I'll love none. I love them all. That is true. But for them to preach their lukewarm beliefs onto people in tarot is wrong. Maybe I'm making a judgment. But Christians need to remember that they are following a human sect of belief systems, which is religion. And religion comes along with rules and regulations. And a few hundred years ago, people that did tarot or astrology would be hung or cast on fire. It is what it is. The Bible hasn't changed that much. They don't allow killing, but they do allow judgments. And so I have questioned that also, as Christians coming over to the tarot world, trying to preach that they can watch tarot at the same time and love Jesus at the same time and go to church at the same time and promote a marriage and Christian beliefs at the same time. You really can't. It's kind of a clusterfuck. It's kind of a mess because there's a lot of imbalance there. Now, I have no problem believing in Jesus. I also believe in Jesus. No problem believing in God. I also believe in God. No problem believing in the Holy Spirit. I also believe in the Holy Spirit. It's all different names. It's all different spirit. Spirit is God. Source is the creator. Spirit is the Holy Spirit. Jesus represents the ascended master, the teacher of all teachers, the guru that teaches the gurus. That's Jesus. The healer, the one that comforts and loves. Jesus represents that nurturing, mothering energy, even though he is seen as male. But Jesus represents the male and the female, and the love. He embodies love, and he is a symbolism of love from Christ. But God, source, spirit, is neither male nor female, neither light nor dark. I can't talk. Source and spirit is darkness and light, the yin and the yang, the ultimate balance. And Christians cannot grasp that thought because as Christians, you are taught to believe that God, source, is only good. He is only love, an embodiment of love and light. Now, it is true he's only love, but love is not all light. Love is not light only. And so Christians cannot cross over and say that their God and creator is not love and light only, that he is also shadow and darkness, that he is also sin, because they want to believe that he is not. He is only good, he is only healing, and there is a heaven, and there is a paradise. And here we are back to the yin and yang. There is a heaven and a hell, but it's of our own making. We attract where we're going to go as a soul. Once we die, we're going to go where we're going to go because we feel we resonate in that vibration. Whatever little speed you're vibrating at when you pass, you're going to go be attracted to that vibe. That's why a lot of people that have had near-death life experiences have said they've died and either gone to hell or died and either gone to heaven. And more than half of them were not religious because it had nothing to do with religion. It had everything to do with their morals and their beliefs and their vibration. Were they of love and light? They're attracted to the love and light. Were they of darkness and evil? Then they're attracted to darkness and evil. It wasn't the judgment cast down by some great being. It was their own vibration. What's your take on Jehovah's Witness pertaining to the tarot? Again, here's my take on any religion, including Jehovah's Witness. They believe there is a greater God and they have no say. They believe they are children. They believe they do not have the power to create, that they are created for and provided for, and a paradise will be created for them, provided for them. They believe that the power in the universe is only good in the hands of God, Jehovah, that he is the powerful and we are to respect and to love and to trust and be children. So it is, again, a man-made system to indoctrinate people, to behave in a specific way, to control in a specific way. Think the Hierophant. To say that there is a priest or a pastor that is closer to God than you. And that's why they're on the podium. They're higher, they're more important, they're more purified, they're more cleansed, they're more aligned with God than you are. You have to follow them. And they will deliver the message to God for you, which is much like Catholicism. And so Jehovah's have certain rules. Now, you can't just tickle the clit on religion. You need to fuck the whole thing. Sorry, excuse my French, I went there. But when people play around with religion, they want to tickle the clit, they don't want to stick it in. Let's get in. Jehovah's Witnesses have to be accountable. Women have to dress a specific way, period. Yes, you do. You have to make a certain amount of money and claim it and report that to the church. Yes, you do. You have to date only within the church and live a specific lifestyle. No drinking. Yes, you do. Now, if they allow drinking for some, they are mediocre, lukewarm Jehovah's. But the Jehovah's that are Jehovah's, they get into it and they don't do any of that shit. And they have a certain line of hierarchy. So the men go above. Then the pastor, the priest goes above them. And then there's a higher up. So there is a little shunning involved in Jehovah's Witnesses. If you do not align with the rules and regulations of the church, you will be shunned. You know this. How does that align with the tarot? The only reason it aligns with the tarot is because it has the Hierophant and talks all about that shit. The fucking Ten of Wands about that shit. Okay? Stop being a hypocrite. Well, it's very hypocritical of them to do that. And like I said, when Christians and Jehovah's and other people come into the tarot, they want to bring their religion rules and regulations and have the wayward people abide under their foot. Kim, Israel was slaves. God brought them out and put them back into slavery. Yeah. I mean, and that's what we've learned about religion. And have you guys ever watched the Zedekist movie? That's a good one to watch. But also just researching in theology the alikeness of all religions. They all have a Trinity. They all have Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Even in Egypt, they have Ra and Set and Isis. She's the mother of God, basically. And how that whole situation goes to sacrifice and how Isis brought him back to life. Took all the pieces of his body and brought it back into one, and he rose again. It's the same story. So every story you hear in Christianity, Catholicism, any story, even in Egyptian history, and any cultures, even paganism, you'll see the trilogy. You'll see the Trinity. You'll see the story, the beginning, the middle, and the end. You'll see how it all talks about rules, regulations. Religion is heavy. Religion actually stems off from Saturn. Saturn believes in rules and regulations. Saturn actually rules all of religion. He is in charge of religion. Saturn, Satan. But he is darkness. He's the prince of darkness, and he's the heavy. And he cracks that whip. And so Jupiter is freedom. He is the releasing of minds. He is expansion. He says, don't think so small-minded. Think wide-minded. Think all religions and cultures have everything in common. Think the creator, the source, is true for all religions and for all people. And there's no specific rule to follow to be in that vibration of his love. It is for all. It is for everyone and every religion and every sect and every non-religion and every sect. It is for all. We're all part of this whole show. So Saturn wants to constrict you and make you follow rules and regulations and abide to the laws and regulations of society, but also morality, which is good. There's a lot of good in religion. I am not here to bash religion. Religion has so many good things. Do not kill. Be loyal to your wife and husband. Don't cheat. Don't steal. Respect your parents. Honor your father and mother. Okay? Never take the Lord your God's name in vain. There's very good things about cursing and being good and being a good human. There's nothing wrong with following religion because it wants you to be a moral person. Don't be trash. Don't be so taken by drugs and alcohol that you lose yourself. and you hurt others. Yeah, there's a reason for rules and regulations. I get that. I get Saturn. But when you think about religion and the truth of religion, you will be exactly shunned. Because here's the funny thing about churches and religion. They welcome everybody. Come into the fold. Wolves in sheep's clothing. Come in. Oh, we accept all of you. Yes, I've watched Muji many times. And it's like, I will follow you and sacrifice and give my life to you. Why? A, they want your money, so they want you to donate. B, they want to brainwash you, so they want to get you into the fold. And they're only going to get you into the fold if they make you feel accepted. And this could be if you're gay. This could be if you're having many kids, many marriages. This could be if you're this, and that. They're all accepting. Come in, come in. Come into the fold. But then when you're there, judgments happen. When you get deep, years in, you are in the church, judgments happen. Well, you can't teach because you're divorced. You can't preach because you're too young or divorced. You can't do this because you've had children out of wedlock. You can't be on the pulpit because you've got some issues here. Look at your life. You need to drop the act. You need to start acting differently. You need to make more money and donate. You need to maybe travel and spread churches. They only give specific positions of power in the church to whom they deem worthy, when the Bible contradicts them and says, I am no chooser of persons. He chose the tax collector to be a disciple. He chose the one that would lock up and persecute and crucify Christians to be a disciple. You know what I'm saying? There's no chooser of persons. But even though the church preaches that, they don't practice that. They're supposed to forgive and nurture the widows and the orphans. Do they do that? Do they feed the hungry? How many times have you walked by a church and seen homeless sleeping outside? They don't practice what they preach. How many widows or single mothers have you seen being taken care of by the church? But they'll go to your door and knock and preach love and forgiveness and welcome to the fold. But when it really counts, they're not there. They just want your money. It's an organization at this point. And I'm not saying everyone is like that, but 90%. It's a good 90%. Pastor, you can't do anything in the church unless you sleep with the pastor. Oh my gosh. Don't even get me started on Catholicism. Okay, Charlotte, different question. How do you see people do their shadow work or heal with karmic situations necessary to leave them in the environment as toxic or enabling? Let's see. Okay, before I move on to that question, again, if you're a religious person, I respect your religion and I respect your choice. Just understand the way I just judged you, you will be judged by the church, and you know this. And if you're not there yet, you will be. Try to put yourself in a seat of power in the church. Try to teach a class, minister to women or men. Try to do something different. Try to marry outside of your culture or religion. See what happens. It's all fine and dandy till you try to do something. Then the restrictions set in. So what do you think that your pastor, priest, or spiritual teacher would have to say about this? Because you can Google right now Bible verses or Quran verses on listening to astrologers, psychics, mediums, and tarot readers. It's all right there. And the sin that it is to even ask for any guidance of your future or situation. Now, I find that contradictory because God, source, spirit, creator, gives you and endows you with these powers. Each and every one of you have psychic abilities. Every one of you has intuition, foresight, predictive abilities, visions, feelings. You have them. They're a natural part of your gifts. God gave them to you. You were born with them. Why would they try to suppress them? Try to tell a church you had a vision. Try to tell a church you had a feeling about something. Try to tell a church, let me break out my tarot cards and predict the pastor's future. Try and see how welcoming that would be seen. They would probably sit you down and preach you and try to cast that demon out of you. You must be possessed. You must be led by the devil. Your aura is toxic. Not really, Ruby. I'm just being real. I think you're being triggered and recognizing how toxic that religion really is. Not that it's all bad, but that is the truth of it, and that is what happens. And the people that are triggered and offended by this is because they have not dove deep enough into religion to experience the preaching and judgment that goes along with this. Take it from experience, you will. And watch, especially in Christianity, watch your friends in the church try to talk you out of this. Watch them try to talk you out of this by saying it's evil, it's works of the devil, it's the spirit of the world, it's demons trying to mislead you and tell you things that are not true. If you don't believe me, ask. If you're so brazen and my aura is toxic, go look, go ask, go bring this over there. They will eventually try to work you down to let this go. Look what happened to the creator. What was her name that made the Romance Angels, guys? What was her name? You guys know, Romance Angels creator. I forgot her name. She did tarot and oracles, and she created the Romance Angels. Doreen Virtue. There you go. She got really into this world, but then she got really into religion and Christianity. And, oh, Ruby, okay, I got you, girl. Sorry, honey. But she got really into Christianity, and she denied the power of her cards. She cast them. Doreen Virtue said, I do not believe in oracles. Publicly, she made a statement, I do not believe in tarot. I do not believe in oracles. It is works of the devil, and I shun it, and I do not any longer use it. She had to do that for the church. She had to publicly shun her own works for the church to accept her. But are they still being sold? Yes. Is she still making money off of it? Yes. But I bet the church was going to take that money. Probably as a sacrifice. Whatever money you make off your cards, just send them to the church as penance. Who knows? Probably. Maybe she kept it. I don't know. But I know that she publicly turned her back on the spirit world. And she fell into religion. Yeah. So this happens, guys. You know, I'm not speaking out of my ass here. People that get into tarot generally have recanted tarot publicly on YouTube. This is why I don't follow tarot anymore. This is why tarot is evil. Demons came into my life, spirits, possessions. I got led astray. It's evil. You need to, repent, come to God, ask for forgiveness, cast this away, give it to God. There's a lot of Christian, and I'm not trying, if you guys want to go do all of that, go do all of that. Go do all of that. But I'm telling you, religion is of Saturn, and Saturn is restriction. And it is rules and regulations. Does it have a degree of morality? Yes. It has a degree of morality because it wants to protect. But sometimes too much protection can be a bad thing. Having a possessive parent to lock you up with a chain would kind of be a bad thing versus having a protective parent that cares about you and lets you live your life. Okay, there's a difference between chaining someone up Saturn-wise and letting them be, which is Jupiter-wise, morals. This is why God gives you free will. He's not trying to chain you down to a religion. A lot of Christians and religious people also ask questions like, why is there rapes? Why is there starving children? Why is there all this hurt and pain in the world, earthquakes, deaths? God's supposed to love us and protect us. Again, look at your Bible. There's no promise of paradise on earth. It's after you die. It's not of this world. Not of this world. Paradise is not of this world. This world is ruled by Satan. Hello, Saturn. Look at the synchronicities between religion and reality and astrology. The world is ruled by Satan, they said, for however many years, 2,000 something, 25,000 years, whatever it was. And his demons will run, the spirits of the demons will run amok on this earth. So we are constantly dealing with Saturnian influences, darkness. This is a war of good and evil, which is a war of balance. It's not really a war, it's a balancing of dark and light, materialism and spirit. We as a body are physically the representation of spirit and physical world. The breath of God, which was breathed into us in creation when we were created from the earth, as it says in the beginning of the books of the Bible, in Genesis, God took his hands and molded men from the earth and breathed life into him. And God created the world and the universe by his mouth, by his voice, by his tongue. He spoke into existence the oceans, the earth, the air. He spoke into existence the animals and the sea creatures and the earth animals. He created it. That's what they say in the Bible, the breath, the wind, the creation. So we are literally the embodiment of spirit, the breath of Christ, the breath of God, the breath of Source, the Creator, and the physical world. We are both. We are married, which is why we as humans need to be balanced in our shadow work and our light work. People cannot be sucked into the light because they are body. They are human, and they need to have that human experience. And people cannot be sucked into the darkness. Only materialistic, only human, only dark experiences. They need to have spiritual experiences too. So we need to have both. Anyways, religion is kind of there, but not always there. Okay, so with that question, yeah, religion is control. New York's Finest, you're loving this conversation. That is so great. Thank you. Ruby Carr, 5D has no space for low vibes. How do you feel being removed to another planet? A lot of star seeds transmute daily, just like pestering for connection to the divine source. Yeah, the divine source, we're here living, and thank you for bringing that up, Ruby. I also want to touch on being a spiritual master here on this earth. How many spiritual guides and teachers have you watched which want to ascend and escape this earth? And you've heard them on camera, video, say, I don't want to be here anymore. I spend my life in meditation. I want to escape this planet. I don't want to be of body. They'll starve themselves. They'll fast. A lot of monks, a lot of Buddhists, a lot of people do this physical sacrifice to be closer to God, to be closer to universal source and spirit world. They want to disconnect from the earth. And so they're learning to let go of their body. A lot of them are learning to let go of the physical because this might be their last reincarnation on this planet. And they're learning to let go of the physical. So they're preparing by multiple sacrifices to shed the desires, like Buddha, to shed the desires. Buddha is the light. Buddha's name means the light in the dark. So they are shedding that away. So most of them that are doing that are great. They're on a path of shedding this earth. But there's a lot of other people, normal people, maybe your friends, maybe some other teachers that are not so out there, that want to have a lot of materialism, but no people. They want to be isolated. They want to have money, but they don't want to. They don't want to do anything wise with it. They want to give it all away. Those people are foolish. And you'll see a lot of spiritual people that are like, I'm not of this world. I want to escape. I want to go leave this planet. I'm suicidal, or I only want to deal with this. And it's like a lot of their issues here is they're not conquering their shadows. If you have problems with people, you need to conquer why you have problems with people. And you need to work on that. And you need to grow that so you're not so isolated. I'm not saying be a whole different person, but I'm saying extend, grow, learn. Growth is painful. They have a problem with that. Also, they don't like materialism, but they want to change the world. They're unbalanced, and I've spoke of this before. They want to plant trees, they want to save lives, they want to heal people, they want to travel the world, they want to do all these things with what money? You can't travel the world without money. You can't help people have fresh water without money. You can't plant trees without money. I'm sorry, but you can't. That's why people like Angelina Jolie can do more, because she's rich, or she was. You know, it's like a lot of these spiritual people, again, they're so disconnected from the world. They don't want anything to do with the world. They just want to be spiritual. They're so unbalanced because they don't have the funds to do what they need to do. And this is where I think Source kind of laughs at us like a joke. Like, you have so much work to do. And so you see a lot of these people with love and light, and they're only light, and you'll say, you have so much work to do. You really have to balance. You're not good with your shadow. You're uncomfortable around cursing. You're uncomfortable around low life energies like prostitutes, drug addicts, thugs. You should never be uncomfortable. You need to relate to people. You can't be uncomfortable in someone's presence. You can't be uncomfortable around an atheist if you're a Christian. And you can't be uncomfortable if you're a Christian around an atheist. You have to welcome these energies and the differences. But these spiritual people are like, I can't. And they got to work on that. They have no balance. So you'll see a lot of teachers and gurus and people that are in those vibes. Now, some of the best people you can listen to about conquering yourself are Geminis, Cancers, Geminis, Aquarians are very intellectual teachers, kind of like, I can't think of his name. He's older. He's really smart. He reads a lot of books. I can't think of his name for the life of me. Thank you, Mercury retrograde. Something Peterson? I don't know. He's an intellectual, very much Aquarius. But you're gonna learn to relate with people from people. Jordan Peterson, thank you so much, Charlotte. Fuck yeah. I'm so glad you're working. Your brain is working awesome. And sure, why not just Sarah Nasera? Hey, okay. Even Sadhguru, he's a great people person. He gets along with people like Will Smith, and he gets along with monks. He's like, I'm good. I'm good with everybody. Sadhguru, I wouldn't be surprised if he had Sagittarius all over him. He's just fucking Sag. I don't even know his chart, but I fucking guarantee it. And if they have a Sag, they have Gemini. Any Sagittarius has Gemini traits because that is their 1-7. So Gemini, Cancer, Sagittarius, great people. Libra, I'm going to admit, great people. So you can learn so much through Libras, Geminis, Sagittarians, and Cancers. You're going to learn a lot from them. And those are the people that are going to want you to be comfortable around people. Those are great communicators. They are great. They're great team players. They are team fucking players. They love that. They can be in a group. They can relate. They can make other people feel good and comfortable and make friends. Very friendly types. Even, like I said, Aquarius, I forgot. Remember I said that earlier, though. But Aquarius, very friendly types. Aquarius is kind of annoying. They're kind of pompous. They're a little bit arrogant. And when you meet an Aquarius, they might rub you the wrong way, but they're friendly with everybody. It's like, I don't like you, but I'm here for you. Or I don't agree with you, but I support you. That's an Aquarius. And it's a little bit abrasive, but hey, they're there for everybody. New York, exactly like I am so definitely doing my part and directed by the Father above himself. I'm very much aware of what my purpose is on earth. Ruby Carr, worry about yourself on your purpose. Okay, yeah, let's all worry about ourselves here, please. Relax. Woo-saw. Ruby, Geminis and Cancer. Indian astrology. I am Indian. Ruby, I should have known from your last name, girl. I'm so glad. I love it. I love the Gemmies. Sound beats, Sag in 5 places. You must be a teacher. You're a Sag and you love people. Libra is I, says Chris West. Chris, thank you so much for the Cash App. I saw you and I see your picture. I just want to say thank you so much. Cancer is my North Node. I love Sadhguru. You're such a nurturer, Chris. Well, you're trying to be made to be a nurturer at the very least, but you're very, very drawn to it. Light is information. You have to have light before you can have real love. Yep. You're right, light is information. And darkness is where you store it. Isn't that unique? Light is information and darkness is where you store it. You pull out the book, you write it, it's in the light, the book. And you close it and you put it away and you keep it safe. Hello, Scorpio. Keeper of secrets, keeper of light. You know, without darkness, there will be no light. That's the whole point. But can darkness cast out the light? Nope. Darkness can try as hard as it may to cast out the light, but it never, ever, 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 ever will. But the light can cast out the darkness. So that's why they say truth will always reveal itself. Because where there is truth, where there is love, where there is light, there always will be. You cannot hide it, pretend it's not there, deceive it. It is not. It is there and it is seen and it is real. And that's why we talk about love. Where there is love, it can never be hidden. If someone loves you, they can never hide that they don't love you. You will always see it in their eyes. You will always feel it in their touch. You will always sense it in their presence. There is no hiding. Because where there is love, it cannot be hidden. But the opposite, where there was never love, it's very well known. Where there was never an ounce of love in that situation, you can feel it, you know it, it's gone. There's no spark. You don't see it in their eyes, you don't feel it in their touch, and you don't sense it in their presence. 111 minutes. And as you guys can see watching tarot, many, many people will get in relationships loving a loveless person. Many people will say, I love this person, I love this person. I really want to just come out and say, no, you don't love this person. You love the feeling they gave you, and you don't love yourself. You hate yourself. And so you are seeking the person that hates you. You are seeking the person that despises you, because that is your vibration. Self-hate, self-despise. And you are craving that energy to be reconfirmed that you are worthless and you are no one. You are not desired. So this is all subconscious programming, but you are programmed. Your brain is a computer, and that is your thinking. And that is why you are repeating. Well, those people, I'm not saying you, but those people that are seeking loveless relationships, that is the message they want reaffirmed in their program. I am not to be loved. I am not to be chosen. I am rejected and I am unworthy. And that is their program. And that's why the people that are the teachers that tell you manifestation is everything, law of assumption, law of attraction, think about what you're worth. Think about this, change your programming, change your thoughts, and change your life. It actually works. Why? Because you're reprogramming the computer. You're no longer running that program. And that's when they change from the inside out and they stop chasing that loveless relationship. And they get something else. But it's all our program. And that's, again, but separately, this is why twin flames are very different. They're attracting each other because they're the same. So twin flames cannot escape each other. They will always find each other. They can do healing together and be together, but they will always find each other. I don't know. Is there any other questions? Chris, that's you. Aww. Any other collective questions you guys want to know? Pick my brain. I love Jordan Peterson. He's my shit. Great chat, Steph. Oh, Kim. I love you, Kim. Yes, E. Hi, E. I love your curly hair. You're beautiful and bright eyes. Sometimes you just need to work on yourself if a situation can't be fixed. He or she was a lesson. My son is a true blessing. I wish him the very best, but it has not worked out, and I have moved on, and I have... All right, there you go. There you go, E. Kim, thank you for the $10 super chat. Keep up the great teaching. Oh, thank you, Kim. Girl, I'm just loving my saggy self right now. Any other questions? Let's go back down. Did I miss the 1111 questions? No, Tamika, you didn't, and we can get into that here soon. We were just having a fun little podcast chat. And honestly, I'm thinking of doing 11/11s after this tonight because I hate to run a long video into another long video because then it's like a 4 hour. And with Mercury retrograde, I think we will get some trouble. But I will do that tonight. I'm just getting the names and everything like that. Not sure you saw me write this before, but I thought yesterday one of your next vids should be a card-free Q&A. Here it is. I did do a free Q&A once. And Markers timestamped it. I answered questions for free, and I did do that video. And the only reason I'm charging today, as you guys know, please check my community post. Please, I need help. I need your help. My car was stolen. For everyone that's still watching, my car was stolen from my garage attached to my house. They even stepped into my house in the hallway, grabbed the keys, my purse, everything, my cash, my daughter's writing equipment, the kids' car seats, my massage table, cologne, crystals, fucking all kinds of shit. So I've recently, unfortunately, with this Mercury retrograde, undergone a financial mess. And so anyways, I am doing the 11/11 cards to kind of help pay some of the bills that I don't have the cash for. The insurance won't make a claim for a while, and we still need food and gas and other things, for the the loaner car. But it's like I don't even have my driver's license, my debit cards. I'm having to re-get all of that on Tuesday. So I'm just trying to build up some money here to help us get back on track because I got to come up with twice what I had already this month now, and wait for the insurance company. I don't even know if they're going to cover cash being stolen. Can you guys let me know if they cover cash being stolen? If you guys work for an insurance company, please let me know. Because I made the claim, but they haven't had anyone talk to me till today. And she said, I need to make a claim with the house insurance to get possessions. I guess the car insurance isn't going to cover the damage of the house or the items stolen. And my problem with that is I don't have renter's insurance, but it's my mom and dad's house. And they didn't want to make a claim. So I'm asking them to make a claim on my behalf since we're all staying here and seeing if they would cover it if they claim it as their own. So I don't know, but I hope they do, because if my parents are going to be kind of buttheads about it, they're not going to help me. And that means I lost all my property and will get nothing in return for it. So anyways, that's why I'm trying to create some kind of wealth situation here happening to help me. If you guys want to order readings from me for the future, please, now is the time. Classes, please help me, now is the time. Subscriptions, please help me, now is the time. Donations, please help me, now is the time. 11/11 cards for yourself, please, now is the time. If you guys can get something for yourself but helping me as well, please, now is the time. I could sure use you guys. Business has been slow for about 2 months. I don't know why, but it's been slow. So I could sure use some of that help. Charlotte, so sorry about your car. We will donate. Oh, thank you guys. Really what I want you to help me with, because it could be anywhere in the nation. It's been 2 days. They could be driving around anywhere right now. Please go on my community channel, like my channel, but go to the community section. I have a picture of what my car looks like. It's got black interior though. There's a picture of the interior with a sunroof. It's not tan or white interior, it's black. But I was just showing you that I had a moonroof and a sunroof, so you can kind of see what that looked like. Black interior, black on the outside. And there's probably some scuffs in the front and a little ding in the driver passenger door from someone opening the door from like a grocery store or something. And the tires are really run down. So if you guys can please help report that car if you see it. Like I said, notice something suspicious. If it's a mom with 3 kids driving it, chances are it's probably her car. But if you see some young thug-looking kid or whatever driving it, chances are they could not afford that car. They can't afford a $40,000+ car. If there's some young little teeny bopper kid bumping music in there, they can't afford that car. And if it is, it's their parents, and it just, you know what I mean? Their parents won't let them drive that. So it's suspicion. So please keep an eye out for seeing that. It's a Honda Pilot Elite. It's got two-tone rims, so black and alloy, and some scratches on the rims. Please keep an eye out wherever you guys are all over the nation. If you see that car, believe it or not, it's rare. I went shopping to go look to replace my car right now, and they don't even have in the state of Colorado a black Honda Pilot Elite with rubber mats, by the way, all rubber mats, and the double moonroof sunroof with the leather and the rim package. They don't even have it right now, so I couldn't even replace it right now if I wanted to. That's how rare it is to find one like that. So please look. It's not that common like you would think. Please look. Honda Pilots are common, but not Honda Pilot Elites. They are not common. You will not see the chrome package with the sunroof and the leather interior and the bucket seats in the back. Please keep in mind they're bucket seats. They're not a normal bench seat. If you look in the car and you see a bench seat where it's like 3 in the middle and the back seat with a third row as well, it's not my car. It has to have bucket seats. Just like the front, the back seat would have bucket seats with a drink holder and a little tray area in the middle. And then there's the third row. But even then, the third row may be smashed down and it may look like a big trunk. But it's a Honda Pilot Elite. So please look. I'd appreciate it. I'm so sorry I have to burden you guys with looking for that, but I could sure use the help. Call 911 and report it. What are the police looking at? Street lights, road surveillance. Ruby, you think they would give a damn, but they don't give a damn. They're not. They're saying that the street lights aren't cameras. They're only live. And they said that they barely asked the neighbors for ring information, and the neighbors don't even have to share it. And it's not an emergency to them. It's like a loss. So they're not out there hunting. They don't realize what a big deal it is to my family. But, you know, it is what it is. These thieves will get karma, though. They will. They will. And I'm just manifesting they get caught. They're driving and they get caught. And the car is found. And they're persecuted to the fullest extent of the law. That is what I am manifesting. And I am manifesting that I get my belongings back. Maybe someone will find them in a trash. Maybe someone will find them dumped at a park. And maybe have the heart to call the police and turn it in. I don't know. Maybe they'll just be gotten rid of. Maybe they'll use my cards and they'll get caught. I don't know. But I'm hoping that at least part of my stuff is returned. And if my items of my stuff is not returned, at least the car. So I can fix it and still drive it and use it. So I'm just hoping. Anyways, that's that. I'm enough with the announcement. Keep an eye out, guys. Is there any other questions you guys have? Let's see. Yeah, Honda Pilot Elite Black. Two-tone rims, sun, and moonroof. Is a 2017, so pretty newer. All right, Sound Beats. Yeah, New York, thank you so much. Or New York Finest, thank you so much. Sound Beats, right now, I hate being a twin flame. I'm pretending I'm not. That's great, I would too. It's easier that way. I hate seeing the similarities. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm in my own twin flame. Ignorance is bliss. Sound Beats, you're actually right on the money. And look at that. You said it at 3:44 p.m. You see the syncs? You know you see 4-4 all the time. You're twin. And look at that. It's 4:44, Shy Girl. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways. Sound Beats, you already know. So listen, when you are in a twin flame journey and you want to take a step off, that is great. And I recommend a lot of twin flames to do it. 33 in the room. See? Talking twin flames, there's all the signs. But see, when you take a break, it's perfectly normal, and you need to do it for you, and you need to step away because it gives you clarity, rejuvenation, healing. It brings your vibration high again, because the one trick with twin flames is you do not attract them back into your life until you're high vibe. Low vibe is a repeller. High vibe is an attractor. That's how it is with twins. It's like the more low vibe you are, the more separate and distant and unhappy you guys become. And that's also why if your twin flame is being low vibe, you will, if you're high vibe, you will naturally start to be repelled from your twin. You'll have a natural instinct to push them away and not want to be around them. But as soon as your twin starts going high vibe again, even a little bit, you'll notice. You'll start coming back with them. Let me fix this. Can't see your guys' messages clearly. Okay. New York, not to be nosy, Stephanie, what was the total amount? Oh, that I need? Girl, you don't want to know. You don't want to know, New York. You don't want to know. Nobody wants to know. You don't want to know. It's terrible. I mean, it's not insane, but it's terrible for anyone to even help me out with that. It's impossible almost. I don't know, maybe. But to be honest, the total I need, the total that was taken when I closed my bank account is $5,000. I know. $5,000 fucking dollars. US dollars. And I hope that the insurance company would cover it, even if my parents would just make that claim for me. But if that doesn't happen, and they don't, and my mom's like, it's just a loss, then I'm fucked, and I have to come up with that money again. I already had that money to pay bills this month. Now I got to make twice that. Who do you know that makes $10,000 in a month? Yeah, that's what I thought. Not very many people. So, I mean, if everyone chips in, it's possible, but that would mean I'd have to have 3 times the orders and traffic that I normally have. And my channel has not moved very much in the past few months, and orders have not moved very much. And it's just been plateau. So I don't know. I'm really hoping I can change that. I'm hoping. I don't know. I know good things will happen. I'm just going to have faith and abundance. Thank you, New York Finest, for telling me. And thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate you. I didn't have renter's insurance, no. But my parents own the house, and they have homeowner's insurance. So I'm hoping that they help with that. We'll see. Chris West, I feel your pain, sending you justice and blessings. Hell yeah, send me justice, guys. Send me freaking justice. I want to catch these fuckers. And if I do, they're going to have to pay restitution. Somehow I'm going to get that. So yes, catch these fuckers. Send vibes that these fools will get caught. That they will do something stupid on the road, get pulled over, and get caught. That's all I'm hoping. Get caught. Be stupid and get caught. Anyways, do you guys have any other questions that you guys want answered? Oh, Ruby, sorry, I live in the UK. Ooh, girl, you're Indian living in the UK. Sexy. So I'm not familiar with police protection in the USA. Yeah, girl, you think they would be better. It is don't even get me started. Moon readings. When am I going to do moon readings? I need to do a whole video on that, don't I? I'll do a whole video on moon readings. I will do the signs of the moon readings. I've done that before. You guys liked it, huh? You liked when I did moon readings. And please check your sun, moon, and rising. Your Venus and Jupiter. Oh, you missed it? That's okay. I'll do another one soon. I'll do another one this week. I'll do moon readings. Yeah, but I do have one on there. It says the moon reading, all 12 signs. But I'll do more. That was really fun. Jean, I have a question. How do my twin flame feel? Why did he ghost me? Oh, okay. I'm not doing personals at this moment. I meant general collective Q&A. I'm going to come on live and do the 1111 cards. For anyone that has donated $11.11 per card on Cash App or my website, I'll be having a separate video for those. And those are just contributions to me with my current theft, loss, and just, you know, helping people out, answer questions on the fly. It's $11 a card. So you can have 1, 2, 3, 6, whatever many cards you want for yourself. But that's available through Cash App. Money symbol, let that shit go 1111 is my tag. Or my website. You can hit the donation, especially for international. I've done a free Q&A question video about a week and a half back. So I already did the free Q&As. I may do them again, but today I was getting donations to help with my situation. Yeah, that's personal. They took all of that stuff. Yeah. I really feel like it was my neighbors. I hate to say that, but I've had problems with them in the past, my neighbors across the street. And they're kind of thugs. They're from a bad side of Colorado. And they were seemingly very helpful with certain things, and they knew my name. Now, the name thing caught me off guard because I've met them once. I don't remember their names. But he called me out Stephanie. And I was like, wow, he knows my name. It's been a long time since I spoke to him. I just introduced myself last time. How would he know my name? Unless he had my driver's license, my bank information, which is all in the car, my card information, my car, all that, my card and my car. Very, very big red flag intuitive hit saying it's him. It's him. He's broke. He doesn't work. He's a thug. And it's a whole family of thugs. It's a grandma, her daughter, which is also a grandma, and that daughter's daughters, which is 3 of them, and a son, a younger son who's like 18, a little thugged out. And those daughters have husbands and boyfriends. The husband is the one that called me out by name. And the other daughters have multiple boyfriends. They're like 20s, so they're like circulating through different guys coming to their house. Thugs. They rent, they don't own. We're in a nicer area. They have direct view of my house. Their bedroom windows, living room windows, every window points directly to my garage, straight across, vertical, And yeah, I believe they only had an hour from when I went to bed and it was gone. What are the chances of some random drive-by going to my garage, opening my garage to pull out my car? What are the chances? Slim to none that I was randomly sought out. Slim to none. That didn't know if I had a man in the house, a pit bull dog, which I do, or a gun. I mean, randoms don't know what's going on in your house. They don't. And I don't think they would have targeted me. I went in the garage, locked it, closed it. No one would have targeted me by random. However, the neighbors, across the street thugs, they watch me day in, day out. And he even said, someone's got to know what your situation is, that you're single, how many kids you have, when you go to sleep. What is your schedule? And he watched, and he told me that. He literally said, someone watched you. And I felt that because I turned off the lights, and within 30, 45 minutes, the car was gone. So that fucker knows. That son of a bee across the street fucking knew. And he was watching me, and he saw my car, and he saw what was in it. He watched me day in, day out. He knows what kind of car I have. He knows when I go to sleep. And he knows because he's got a similar house, similar garage. He might have already planted a garage hack on how to get in there. And he just went in and took it. Quietly. Him and that other boy. And they drove it to Pueblo that night. And it's either being sold or sold for parts or who knows. But I have a feeling. Because they said their cameras always worked, but not that night. That night, strange night, camera must be low on batteries, didn't work. Also, they had a lot of information to give me, like, your garage door was closed. I had a feeling it was open. I have a feeling my garage door was open, and they saw it open because they're directly across the street. I have a feeling it was open because I think it bounced back open with something in the way. My intuition says your garage was open, Steph. But they were assuring me that my garage was closed. Their video didn't work, But they had a camera that showed my garage door closed at 10:30. And they're like, your garage was closed. We always watch. If we saw your garage door open, we would know. We were outside at 3 a.m. We heard some fire stuff, some lightning. Charlotte, do I have plans on moving? Not at this time. Yeah, Chris, they're always up late, 3, 4 in the morning. They don't work. He's working on cars in the garage. He's a car guy. He's a thug. You know, Vato Loco thug, honestly. Hate to say it. I'm Mexican. I'm not trying to put it out there like that, but damn, I know. And they don't work. They live off their girls that are in the house. And they try to be badass. And I think they either put someone on to this single lady lives across the street. Her garage is open. Come get it, fool. Or they went and got it and left. But I was a sitting duck. And I think they have semi-caring for me because they wanted the insurance to make sure I got a new car. So they were under the impression that I had money. They were under the impression that the insurance would cover it because it was a fairly new car. So that's how they got off their guilty conscience. She's cool. She's cool. She's got insurance. She's got a house. She's fine. We can take the car. She's going to be all right. She's going to get a new car. She ain't hurting like us. She ain't struggling financially like us. She's going to be all right. We need the money. That's what I feel. I think that's what I feel. But I'm going to move on. Like I said, I hope whoever gets caught, persecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And I will tell you, when they do find the car and they print it, they get the prints. If they find any of those fools on those prints, they are going to get it. They're going to get it. And I'm pretty sure if they get prints, they're going to be connected. And they've never had their hands on my car allowed by me. So, but they're going to get it. Yeah, this is the closing chat. I was just sharing with my people. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna head out. Is there any last questions? Yeah, Evelyn, I think he did set me up. Thugs are nosy. I don't think he'd tell you all that. Maybe he set you up. Yeah. It's what they do, then they will do it again. Yeah. Yep, I'm going to get all kinds of surveillance and shit going on out there now. Okay, any other questions, guys? Let's look up. You have a nonprofit, Stephanie? Oh, New York finest. You're so sweet. Girl. Stressful. See, these people don't always think that when they steal from you, the insurance isn't going to cover everything. All my kids' DVDs since they were babies were in that car. Everything from Cars, freaking Tinkerbell, Peter Pan, Alice in Wonderland, Lion King, you know, Monsters, Inc. I just feel like crying because that, you know, that's my children's childhood all in there, you know? And every Halloween we watch the Harry Potter series, gone, you know? The Lord of the Rings, we all like to watch that too in the fall. And it's like their dad got me that and he's dead now. Got a lot of those DVDs. It's just, it's personal and it's gone. And they don't fucking think that's not replaceable and the car insurance is not going to cover that. Nor my grandmother's ring that she gave me, she just died, or the cup that I got from her, gone. You know, those are irreplaceable, period. So it's like, oh yeah, there's replaceable, not everything. No, not everything is replaceable. They're not going to pay for a lot of that stuff. My information and privacy, gone. It's not replaceable. Car seats, replaceable. Massage table for work, replaceable. DVDs even replaceable, but my private information, my grandma's stuff, not replaceable. And I just want to kick myself for not double checking on the garage, guys. I tell you, when your intuition tells you, check something, don't let your ego say, it's fine. It's always fine. You always check it. Nothing ever happens. This is a good neighborhood. My ego told me that when I was having an intuitive hit. I even went downstairs to the front door to look out when we thought we heard something. We didn't see anything. We didn't hear much. I just regret that. I wish I could go back in time. I would have opened that garage. They might have ran out. I would have closed the garage, locked up the car again, maybe called the police for a specific noise. I didn't. I didn't listen. So always listen to your intuition. Evelyn, they work on your phone. My car was gone with all my twin baby stuff, and they got my car back because they couldn't drive it. Oh, wow. Well, they drove this one. I don't know, man. Now, something was weird because they hit the front of my garage wall because they didn't know the reverse. It wasn't a normal stick shift like that, like a stick automatic. It was buttons. And in the button, there's a middle button that you push with your 2 fingers backwards. You tap the button backwards for it to reverse. They didn't know that. So they got in the car, they hit drive, and they hit the gas, and vroom, they went into the front of the garage. And then they figured out the reverse. And then they reversed. You think I would hear any of that? Didn't, guys. Didn't hear the engine. Nothing, but I just regret so much. Just send love and light, guys, that it's going to be found. Cindy Mickle, you need to get someone to follow them and see if they go to where it's at. You know, yeah, 2 days later, though, it's probably already at a chop shop or sold. I mean, a $40,000 something car, they could get $25,000 right now for a stolen car. $25,000 cash paid for that stolen car. Yeah, you know, in Colorado Springs, do you know how many pawn shops there is between Denver, here, and Pueblo? Like, insane. Insane. Like, 1,000. I mean, maybe a few thousand. I feel like I'm searching for a needle in a haystack. I'd be looking at pawn shops for the next century. Yeah, I know. My grandma's got cameras. I wish I would have had one. Yeah. Picture of the rings. Yeah, I do have a picture. Anyways, guys, 33 people in the room, 31, thumbs up. I love you. I'm going to go take a break. I'll be back later tonight to do the 11:11 questions. Yeah? He's up here. So I'll be back later tonight to do the Q&A for the 11:11s. It will be, what's everything okay?
Someone's not listening.
Oh. I'll be doing a Q&A order as, I can't talk, in order as purchased. So whoever was the first to purchase the 11:11s will be first. You don't have to be present if you don't want to for the Q&As. I will timestamp with the names. Okay? So you don't have to be there. But if you want to be there, and it'll be later tonight, I will timestamp. I haven't checked how many people have you ordered. It's still open till tonight. If you want to donate anything, it's 11:11 per card. So you can order that for yourself. And if you just want to donate in general, just any number, you can, and I'll still do a reading for you no matter what you donate. You know, if it's above 11.11, you know, like $50, $100, I'll still do a reading for you, even if you donate a large amount. It doesn't have to be a bazillion cards. But those are available and open, and I'll do it tonight. If by chance there's too many, which I doubt, but if there's too many people to do in one night, which is crazy, but if there is, I'll do 2 videos. One tonight and one tomorrow, just to kind of settle that out. But thank you guys. I love you. Ooh, 144 minutes and 44 seconds right now as far as this video length. Check it out. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Remember, it's a journey. So not a destination. Just keep swimming. All right? And you bet your tail, Gigi, I am going to invest in security. I want to get ADT. I want to get videos. All of it. I'm going to have it from now on. From now on. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Have a good night, and I'll see you later. Bye.